A couple of months ago, you said that Zach Greinke and I are a hall of very good ball players. I think Zach and I would agree. You may be right. But I get the gist of what's going on here. I know what you're doing. You're looking down on us, a couple small market Midwest ball players, just because we're not big city, just like you. Mr. New York City, Sirius XM radio star, Mr. National Television, ESPN star, with your Fifth Avenue ties and your crisp pocket squares, your tailored suits and your polished shoes, and your hair, your perfectly coiffed Broadway hair. Must be nice to sit atop that Madison Avenue ivory tower, looking down on us with those luscious locks. Not everyone can be the next Roger Peckinpah, Mad Dog. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a disgrace.
It was the interview heard around the world, Joey Votto and Chris Russo several months ago, and Joey Votto is back with us again. The long-anticipated return of the now retired Major League Baseball first baseman for the Cincinnati Reds. Joey, thank you for being here. Congratulations on an amazing career. What is the first thought that you have, knowing now that you look back at that career, one that was unbelievable to witness and watch? What are you doing with yourself now?
Well, it's good to see you both. You know, rewatching that video, I probably watched that video 25 times, and I just watched Chris's face, the smile, I mean, I loved it. It gave me so much joy. What am I doing now? I just need a little bit of a breather. I restart school in October. I go to school online at Arizona State. I'm a Spanish major. And I haven't seen my friends and family in a long time. So just being able to go see them and just relaxing. I've been, whether it's on the road or training for the last 22 years, and the idea of staying put without any sort of upcoming obligations is appealing to me. So get up in the morning, go for a walk, read. I get to catch up on some of the things that I wasn't able to do while I was training and competing. So it's been really nice.
Joey, how hard was it? It's great to have you with us, and you were superb that day. I also saw you the next day in LA do that pregame interview. You did a great job there too, but and I appreciate your thoughts. It was nice of you to say what you did. But how hard was it? You know, a long-time player, hell of a career. You did that little quick video to say goodbye in Buffalo. How hard was it to finally take the uniform off, knowing that it was the last time?
Yeah, it started in the off season, to be honest with you. And, you know, I was unsigned. I had no major league offers. And you know, I reached out to Ross Atkins of the Toronto Blue Jays. And I signed with the Jays, hit a home run in my very first at bat in spring training, and then got dinged on my ankle. Stayed in Dunedin for about 4+ months, and I rejoined Buffalo. I played terrible. 0 for 4, 0 for 5, 2-3 strikeouts, making errors. You know, I've got teammates looking at me thinking, this guy's a major league player. This guy's an all-star. I got my poor manager. He's penciling me into the lineup. He's looking at me thinking, this guy doesn't even belong in my lineup. And so, you know, you're on minor league buses and you're in minor league hotels and you're traveling all across, you know, for me, it was the Northeast.
Pocket squares.
All across the Northeast. And I'm staring at the hotel ceiling at night thinking to myself, what's next? I can't do this anymore. I'm no good. You know, I'm no good. And I started thinking about you, Chris.
Oh, you did?
I started thinking about you.
Funny.
And I thought, this guy is in every household between Sirius XM, ESPN, MLB Network. And I was thinking, I want a little taste of that. So, without further ado,
oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Oh my God.
You got to play Broadway. What are you doing this on MLB? You are something. Oh my goodness. You know, let me do something for you, if I may. You make it sound like that I plan all this nonsense. I go on there and I do a talk show. They want to hire me, I'll do it. But I love the sports. That's what keeps me going, is the sports. But you are something. Did you prepare for this as long as you prepared for the other one? Let me hear. Putting this little act together.
Chris, I've been watching you for years now. So this is second nature to me. Mike and the Mad Dog, you on high heat every single day during my physical therapy. I'm staring at Chris Russo. I'm watching him do his thing. I'm taking notes, and I'm thinking to myself, mental notes. And I'm thinking to myself, I can do that. Maybe not quite as good, but I can bring the same. And good afternoon, everybody.
You like that?
I think I can do it.
He likes that good afternoon, everybody. He likes that. I started that 35 years ago. I started that 35 years ago. And did you know that yesterday was the 35th anniversary of the Mike and the Mad Dog beginning, September 5th, 1989? Did you know that? 3 days after Bart Giamatti had passed away. That was yesterday. 35 years. That's a long time to be on radio, 35 years, to be talking to the world. That's not that easy. But the heck with me. I want to talk about you for a minute. I want to talk about you.
You're one of the best dressers on TV too. You don't get any credit for that. I had to put my best Tom Ford on just for you. Excellent dresser. What is that? Laura Piet? No, that's a shark. What is that? A shark? Greg Norman. What is that?
I got to give Ginny Russo credit. I'm interested in this Ted Williams stuff. You read all these Ted Williams books growing up in Toronto to learn how to hit? Give me a little rundown on that. I'm interested. Go ahead.
That's Ted Williams in the background right there next to Jackie, the great Jackie Robinson, and over there is Ted Williams. I see. I read all his books, and I used to carry the Science of Hitting with me on the road, and it's too easy. It's be quick. It's good to get a good pitch to hit. There's so many simple lessons in the book that I use on a daily basis, especially in my minor league time. And then once you have it, once you own it, it's yours for good. And I chase that every single day during my major league career. So, but it's over. The major league career is done, and now I'm getting this itch. And I think that only you can scratch it, Chris.
Oh, you are something.
Oh, wow.
You are something.
We should do a show together.
I didn't know how you did it for an encore for Crown. Let me ask one more there, Alana, then it's all yours. I would think I'm not sure if you're into it like I am. You know me. I love the history of it, and I can remember these games. Does Game 5 against the Giants, when you guys had the 2-0 lead and you were a better team, and they ended up winning a championship that year, and you came from behind, had a chance in the ninth, Romo, does that game still, in a certain way, stick in your craw?
You're a Giants fan, so this is akin to a slap in the face. It was heartbreaking. We were up 2-0 in San Francisco. We won, I think, 8-0 on a getaway night to go up 2-0, head back to Cincinnati, and we had 3 games at home. So to think that to presume we were confident is an understatement. And we lost the first game quickly. Then the second game was an ugly game, and then Buster Posey in the third game, grand slam early, made I think 6-2 or 5-1 or something along those lines, and broke our back. And we fought back, and the Giants ended up winning the World Series. We were a strong team that year, and it hurt, but no, that was it's one of those missed opportunities. I had a couple of meniscus tears preceding it, so I wasn't at my best, and I wasn't able to perform well for the city, for my team. So personally, it bothered me. But it's when you think about the relationship you have with a city, you want to have that relationship and bond with a great moment. And we came up short, giving them those great moments, and that's probably the biggest regret of my career. It was nice to play well personally, but when the 1990 Reds team and the Big Red Machine teams come back, and your Giants teams come back to the city, that's about us, and that's what this game's all about. It's about us. A perfect example right now, Aaron Judge is having one of the very best very best seasons in baseball history. And if you were to ask the average fan in New York, they'd say, that's nice that he's playing well, and we're happy to have him, but we better win a championship this year. And I think you can say the same thing for 29 other teams.
Yes, you're 100%.
Joey, I know one thing. About journalism, and when you see a good interview taking place, let it go. I'm just going to say goodbye to you. I'm going to say thank you for an amazing career. I want you to continue this conversation with Chris. I would love to see you two have a show together. Thanks for coming back on. I'm going to let Chris take this one the rest of the way.
That's nice of you, Alana. Now, listen, we have to do this since you made a big deal of it the first time. And don't tell me you're a player, and don't tell me you don't think about it. Hall of Fame. Is that something in 4 or 5 years you are going to be sweating over, thinking about before that vote comes out in January? Let me hear.
You've heard that, I can be tongue-in-cheek about it, that Groucho Marx saying, I don't want to be a part of a club that would have me as a member in it, sort of thing. But no, the goal in my baseball career was to play as well as I possibly could. And being honest with you, I thought that I was the type of player that could be one of the best. And then you hit a certain point in your career where the real challenge is health, and the real challenge is maintaining high levels of performance. And so that was the struggle, specifically, especially after I was 30 years old, the taking care of your body, trying to hold on to your prime. And the only way you get sort of long-term adulation is if you entertain the fans, if you entertain Major League Baseball fans for a long time, if you become a common name. And so I felt like I achieved that goal personally. I am thankful that I was able to play as long as I did, as healthy as I did. As far as the Hall of Fame, so, it's subjective. And I think almost always they get the right players in. It's a great tool for debate. And I do know in the course of my career, there was a lot of debate about whether or not I was this sort of player, that sort of player, whether or not I was worth it. Not worth it, but whether or not I was doing my job properly, for a stretch of time. It was the RBI thing, stretch of time, there's too many walks. And so I think I may be one of those players where there is some butting heads, different perspectives on what a first baseman, I don't even have 400 home runs, let alone 500 home runs. A slugger type, I don't even have 500 doubles. I don't have a 300 batting average. So there's a lot of things that I'm coming up short on that traditionally puts you in the Hall of Fame. But for a stretch of time, I was really good at my job. And whether or not that's worthy of the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, I can't say. I do know I fit in with almost all Major League lineups in the history of the sport. I'd probably be in the middle of just about all of them, save the Ruth Gehrig's and right now the Judge Soto's. But I think I was quite a good hitter during a long time in my career. So I'm proud of my career. I was able to get better during the course of my career, and that's hard to do. And I'm thankful I had the opportunity. If I don't get into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, it's the sort of thing where I'll probably be like, that's a bit of a bummer. I thought I may have deserved it, but there's also a part of me that's like, there's nothing, no shame in having a 17-year Major League career and achieving all your goals. So, we'll see how it goes.
Leave me out of it. I'm not going to give you leave me out of it. I don't vote. You're going to be in the Hall of Fame. So you may not get in first. You may not get in first ballot. Who knows? You know how these ballots work. But you will make it. You will have your day in Cooperstown. And I'm going to tell you something. If I'm still around, I will show up and I will mock you for a change instead of you mocking me. You got a deal?
There's that old. So I used to love watching Norm Macdonald, and he was talking about Saturday Night Live and how they would spoof on specific political personalities. And he said he didn't like that some of them would spoof on specific personalities because they didn't look at that person, man or woman, with respect or with love or with genuine admiration. And I'll be in my car, or I'll be playing chess in my office or what have you, and I'll throw you and Mike on. I'll throw Michael Kay on. I'll throw whomever I feel like is up to date on that sweet spot of analytics and the average fan, because that, to me, with 17 years, 2,000 plus games played, traveling all over, including Mexico, Canada, and all over the U.S. for this sport, the average fan is the vast majority, the casual fan, and we serve them. We want them.
Yeah, we do.
You know, I went to and they want to hear the spectrum. They want to hear the spectrum of opinions, and so I have nothing but respect for you. And so this is just all, you know, I thought about this before. Is this coming from a good place? And yeah, of course it comes from a place of respect and love. Yeah.
I listen. You've made me a bigger hero because of what your little act is. These two, keep on doing it, and we will see you. We will see you down the road. Thanks for giving us a few minutes here today. We always appreciate it.
Thanks,
we love you.
Take care.